प्रभु तव मूर्ति विनोदकारी पलपन विसरे नहीं जो विसारी जोगल चरण सोल चिन्ह जेह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह नजर समीपे रहो अमारी एह स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय ठाकुरजी महाराजनी जय सद्गुरुदेवनी जय Supreme Almighty, our utmost dear Vala Vala Shri Thakurji Maharaj, our Divya Guru Parampara, the pathmaker to our liberation, our Puja Guruji, and all of you Santos and Bhaktos, Jai Swaminarayan. Let's take a look at our Loyadham Q&A webinar, Bhaktos for today. Yes. Good morning, Tirth Bhagat. Jagi gaya? Can't hear you.
I wasn't asleep, Swami.
Your eyes don't say that. Your eyes are saying that you were gone, long gone. Jagi kya jagila jata tha you?
I'm good.
Okay. You know, in the rainbow, there's all the colors but two, black and white. Do you understand? I won't explain it further for all those watching, but definitely you understood my saying. One side is black, one side is white. That's all it is. And one is brown. Completely understood. Anyways, welcome to a webinar. It's, I think, your second time. Good to meet all of you, both of you. Yashpaga Jasamaran, how we doing?
Yes, I'm doing good, Swami. How are you?
Very well, very well. It seems like you're not nervous at all. I got a couple of questions for you, okay? Listen up. Both of you. You got to think. Favorite Mandir food, prasad, of all time, Yash Bhagat, go.
Pizza.
And at Tirth Bhagat?
Ice cream.
We have ice cream here. We do, I think, right? At the end, like, they have that dole, that white one, that one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Yash Bhagat, the favorite Guruji moment?
When I was living in Florida and he fed me milk.
Okay. How many glasses? Chocolate?
Like 3, 4.
Chocolate?
No, it was some like badam no milk.
I think the Raswai Maharaj made it. It's that Indian milk.
Did.
He made that Indian milk, huh? Okay, Tirth Bhagat, how about you?
One time in New Jersey, Sant Nivas, Guruji fed
Are
me
you
ice
awake?
cream.
Hello? You awake?
One time during in NJ Sant Nivas,
His eyes. Is this his eye? Sorry, continue. Chalu rakho.
Guruji fed me ice cream out of his bowl.
Nice. Okay, very good. All right, Yash Bhagat, something you learned in Sibir that just went by 2 weeks ago. Something you remember from
I
presentation.
learned that we could stay tolerant and patient like the other Guruji.
Good, very good. Tirth Bhagat, same to you. Same question.
I learned the same thing.
No, you gotta wake up. You gotta give me another answer.
That's what the Shibir was on.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Very nice. But I'm sure it was not only on that. There's multiple topics, and it was 4 days, so you must have learned something. Go ahead. Shed light. Think. I know you just woke up. I understand. And you have to get your brain going, but you just gotta wake up a little more.
Following Santo and your Satpurusha's Agna.
Good.
Like how Guruji followed Dada Guruji.
Okay, awesome. Yash Bhagat, something interesting that you did this week.
This week,
Yep. Oh,
I went to Mandir
this week.
yesterday.
That's it. That's the most interesting you did in summer break.
Yeah,
Why?
I've been home.
Just
I've actually done nothing.
just home, just relaxing.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Tirth Bhagat?
I cut the grass at Mandir.
Interesting. Wow. Good. I'm glad. Uh, on a maximum time scale, this one is not in my books, but I kind of thought of it on the fly. Tirth Bhagat, how many hours have you slept in one day? Like maximum?
I think 16, Swami.
16 hours? That's actually how much you're supposed to stay awake. 16 hours non-stop?
Yeah, I think I was sick that day.
I mean, what happens when you're not sick? How many hours is that?
Like 10.
Okay. How about you, Yash Bhagat? Like a polar bear, like hibernation.
Longest has probably been like 12. Then daily, it's probably like 10.
Not bad, not bad. Okay. And last thing, you guys are best buddies, best friends, however you want to put it. Something you like about each other. Yes, Bhagat, go.
I like their sense of humor.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You kidding, right?
Same
No.
goes.
I'm sorry?
I also like Yash Bhagat's sense of humor.
Where's this going? Talking to Bhagat over here. It's good. It's good. You guys are great. Good job. Okay, thank you. You're off the hot seat. Now on to your questions to me. It's your turn now. Yash Bhagat, ask away.
My question was, how can we better understand the good qualities of others instead of only looking at bad qualities?
Good question. Now, do you always look at bad qualities or sometimes you get good qualities? How is it?
Like sometimes, like usually I see the good qualities in others.
Usually.
But yeah.
But sometimes you go into that negative mode, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's a blunt answer, and then I'll get into some fun images and stuff. By believing and understanding the world doesn't revolve around you, and there are better people than you in the world. That's a very critic and hard answer, but it's true. It is true. The thing is with this question, for much time, not only in this life but previous lives, we've always seen negative. It's kind of like a habit, a very deep habit, and due to that negativity, it's kind of flowing in our veins. We can't remove it right away. But what satsang does, it kind of wakes us up. It kind of shakes us. It's kind of like, hey, you're on the wrong path. When you listen to Katha, when you join your Zoom, Kishore Sabhas, when you come to Mandir, it's kind of like you start to realize. So with that, let's take a look at the first picture. I got a question for you. Is the glass half empty or half full? Yes, Bhagat, please.
Half full.
Half full. Tirth Bhagat?
Empty.
Okay. I like how you guys give different answers. This is good. The one who said it's half empty is more on the negative side. I'm sorry, Tirth Bhagat. The one that said it's half full is more on the positive side. Pessimist, optimist, you've heard of these words. But saying that, now if you look at the glass, there's two ways you can look at it, as we already just answered. But more than that, a positive person would say, definitely, that it's half full because there's something inside of it. But others, it's kind of like, let me give you another example inside of this one. You have this big wall, white wall, it's 10 feet in height and 20 feet long, and there's just one black dot on it. It's about visible, about marble size, yeah? From afar, those who can see that it's a nice big white wall are positive thinkers. Those who see that there's this big black dot are negative thinkers. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's how you look at it. And Yash Bhagat, you're going to meet a lot of people. Tirth Bhagat, you're going to meet a lot of people in the world. You guys are still 13. So, I'm sorry. That was mentally, you're still 13. Through the body, you're 16. Is that correct? 17? 70 થઈ ગયા. Oh my God. There's a lot of things I gotta tell you guys. It's kind of like a 13-year-old trapped in a 17-year-old's body. Amazing. I'm talking to him, okay? But anyways, no. It's all fun. It's all fun. But saying that, you're going to meet a lot of people. You're in college, even after you graduate, and they're not all going to be the ones that suit your nature. Some might be more negative than others. Some might be more positive than others. Some might be full of jealousy. Some might be full of anger. Some might be full of ego, etc., so on and so forth. Now, you have eyes. You have a brain. So you're able to see these negative traits. But the difference between a satsangi that goes to Mandir and a person that lives outside in the world without satsang is that a person that has satsang is able to extract the good and leave the bad aside. That's the only difference. They have 2 eyes, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, everything is the same. A human's body is the same. But the mental perspective is very important because a person in the world will always look at the minus. And a person in satsang will try to look at the positive more than the negative. That's why, Yash Bhagat, let me show you another picture. Helen Keller, I think a philosopher, take a look at what she said. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. You see what I'm saying? You see what she's saying, not me? When one door of happiness closes, another opens. It's like life is a roller coaster. And you're going to be, right now, you're having a great time, but maybe when the school year rolls around and you kind of bomb a test, you're going to be sad. You're going to be like, oh, this is the worst school year of my life. So then you have to remember when you did good at all those times, and this time you bombed it, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Another opportunity will open. And that's how you look at it. Our third image. Okay, here's what your question is pertaining to. It's called gun grahak drashti in satsang, or quality grasping vision. Each and every person in satsang needs this to survive in satsang. It's kind of like oxygen. Without oxygen, human can't live. Without gun grahak drashti, without looking at positive qualities of others, one will not be able to survive in satsang. It's that critical. It's that important. When we come to Mandir, Yash Bhagat, Tirat Bhagat, you meet a lot of satsangis. A lot of satsangis have different natures. But according to our nature, we might make fun of them. I'm not saying you are. I'm just giving you an example. You might kind of scold them a little. You might, mess with them, the little kids. But all those things are not part of being a satsangi. Those are childish things. But a mature satsangi, like you guys, mature, 18, going into college, yes, very mature. You guys are very mature, I can say. You guys definitely can pick this up, looking at good people's qualities. Yeah, okay, Dada's old, let's go. You're so slow, Dada. I'm trying to get to the dining hall in the line. You're in front of me. That's one way to look at it. Second way, this Dada, man, 80 years old, the one that lives here, I'm talking about that one. 80-year-old, he lives here. Let me go get him a dish. Let me go cut the lines and I'll wait for my dish at the end. but let me get it so he doesn't have to wait in line. You can look at it in two ways. One way, you can call him an old scooter, an old person, bod dada, bod dhiracho. You can do all that. You can do that while you're waiting in line, or you can go get him a dish and have him sit down so he doesn't have to wait for you, or he doesn't have to walk in the line and wait. What do you want to do? Now, I want to tell both of you, Bhaktos, and all those watching, but especially both because you're in the webinar. You are now role models in the Mandir, especially the Mandir that you come here to, Loyadham, New Jersey. Both of you are 18 or turning 18, going into college, so now little kids look up to you. Now, if you, I'm not saying you do, but if you act like a little kid, then how will that little kid look up to you? Do you understand? You guys now have more responsibilities on your shoulders. Maybe some house responsibilities. Your parents are looking forward to you excelling more and more. With that comes a lot of responsibility. So, I challenge you, both of you, and all of you Kishores and all of you watching, wherever you go to Mandir, and whoever you meet, treat them like you want to be treated, but more than that, take a good quality of theirs. Learn to look at positive more than negative, and learn to be role models, because people do look up to you and they copy you. If you do something bad, then they're going to copy that, and if you do something good, then they're going to copy that. So I trust both of you that you'll definitely do that now from onwards. But Yash Bhagat, going back to your question, what is the benefit of looking at good qualities of others? Well, let's take a look at this video. Before the video, this image. Reason 1, positive destroys negative. When you look at positive, automatically the negative washes out. Where there's fire, that's the negative. If you put water on it, it completely, burns the flame out. In the same way, by looking at good qualities, you automatically become good. Second, automatic transfer. Suppose you are a heavy sleeper, Yash Bhagat. You love sleeping more than Tirth Bhagat, okay? And Tirth Bhagat, he's very minimal. He wakes up, he only gets 6 or 7 hours of sleep. This is like the ideal world, right? This is like the perfect world. I'll be waiting for this day. You sleep like 7 hours a day, and that's it, just like a normal human being, instead of 16 like a koala. Then, Yash Bhagat, you are a heavy sleeper. He's a light sleeper. And then you say, man, Tirth Bhagat, you're such a good Bhagat. You sleep so less. I wish I could be like you. Slowly, 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 by taking such kind of quality, even if you're a heavy sleeper, you start to become a light sleeper, because you took the good quality of Tirth Bhagat by accepting that he's a light sleeper. In the same way, Tirth Bhagat, for example, you say that, Yash Bhagat eats a lot. And when he comes to Mandir, that pizza, at least 12 to 14 slices in one sitting. Oh yeah. And, you see this and you're like, Ketlu kha kare se. Avde se ke nahi aatlu badhu khawai? And now you only eat 6 slices like a normal person. Is that normal? That's normal, yeah. You only eat 6 slices like a normal person, but since you took negative of Yash Bhagat, slowly but surely, you're going to be eating 10, 12, 14 slices because you called him a big fatty. Yeah. You understand? In the same way, if you take positive, positive comes into you. If you take negative, negative comes into you. And third and final reason, it pleases Pujya Guruji. Pujya Guruji's vision, Pujya Santo's vision, and obviously our Maharaj's vision is to take positive. That's what Bhagwan teaches, and I'll tell you a charitra after this. But if you want to please them, if you want to get good blessings and asirvad from them, then it's time to start positively thinking. Off of that, I want to show you a video of a real charitra that happened in Bhagwan's time that was reenacted. It's in Gujarati, but you'll understand. It's actually very interesting. Let's take a look.
સાધુઓને લઈ એક ગામને પાદર ધર્મશાળામાં ઉતર્યા હતા. ગામમાંથી જોળી માગી લાવી નદીને કાંઠે ગોળા વાળીને ખાતા. એક દિવસનો સમય ગામમાંથી જોળી ઉઘરાવી લાવ્યા. હવે જોળીમાં તો કોકે રોટલાઈ નાખ્યા ને કોકે ખીચડી નાખી, પણ ભેગી ભેગી કોકે સેવ પણ નાખી. એ બધું લાવ્યા. નદીને કાંઠે સાધુ ભેગા થયા, બધું ભેગું કર્યું અને ગોળા વાળવા માંડ્યા. બરોબર એ જ ટાઈમમાં સામે કોક માણસ અજાણ્યો આવી ગયો. એણે આમ ઝીણી નજરે જોયું કે આ સાધુડાઓ શું ખાય છે. હવે ગોળા વાળેલા ને બાપા, એમાં ઓલા સેવના તાંતણા. સેવ દૂરથી દેખાય આમ વાંકી ચૂકી. એટલે એ જે સામે માણસ આવ્યો ને, એણે આ સાધુના ગોળા જોઈને મનમાં એવો ઘાટ કર્યો કે
અરે રે રે, અરે રે રે, આ ઘોર કળિયુગ આવી ગયો. બાપ રે, આ સાધુ તો જીવડા ખાય છે. જીવડા? ઓહો, હવે તો સાધુમાં અધર્મ પેસી ગયો. રામ 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 રામ.
આવો હાવ લેવા દેવા વિનાનો મફતનો કુભાવ કર્યો હો. પછી તો એ ઘેર જતો રહ્યો, ખાવા બેઠો. પણ જેવું હેઠું ખોઈને ખાવા ગયો ને આમ જરાક કોળિયો લીધો, બાપ જીવડા દેખાણા.
અરે આ શું જીવડા? આ આટલા બધા? ઓહો, અલી એ આ તે શું કર્યું? કઈ બાન છે કે નહીં? જરા રસોડામાં સરખું ધ્યાન રાખતી હો તો. આ ભાણામાં નકરા જીવડા ફરે છે, તે શું મારે જીવડા ખાવા?
આદમી જમી જ ન શક્યો કે હારું ખબર નહીં શું થયું આ કઠણાઈ. અહીંયા એમ લખ્યું છે 5 દી હાલ્યું. બધાને નવાઈ બહુ લાગે કે શું છે તમારો હાથ અડે ના શું થાય છે. આદમી વિચારે ચડ્યો.
ભૈલો મગન, આજે તારે 5 દાડાનો ઉપવાસ થયા છે. ન જાણે તારા હાથમાં આ તો શું થઈ ગયું કે તું ભાણાને અડે તે ભેળા જ તને જેવડા દેખાવા લાગે છે. અને અમે તારી પડખે જ એ જ ભોજન જમીએ તોય કઈ થતું જ નથી. માન ના માન ભાઈ, મને તો એમ લાગે છે કે તને કોઈનો ફટકાર લાગ્યો છે. તારાથી જરૂર કોઈક મોટા પુરુષ કે સંત મહાત્માનો દ્રોહ થઈ ગયો છે. યાદ કરજો, આવું કઈ બન્યું તો ખરું?
દ્રોહ મારાથી? હું વળી કોઈ સાધુનો દ્રોહ કરું ખરો? હા, યાદ આવ્યું. મેં બીજું તો કઈ નહોતું કર્યું, પણ પેલા દિવસે નદી કાંઠે સ્વામિનારાયણના સાધુ જમતા હતા. તેને જોઈને મને ગાઢ થયો હતો કે આ સાધુ તો જીવડા ખાય છે. પણ હવે ખ્યાલ આવ્યો કે તેથી જ મારા ભાણામાં હાથ નાખ્યા ભેળા મને નકરા જીવડા દેખાય છે.
જોયું મગન, હું નહોતો કહેતો. પણ હવે હરિ કૃપાથી તને તારી ભૂલ પકડવાની જ છે. તે સારું થયું. ચાલ ઝટ જઈએ પેલા સાધુ પાસે અને માફી માંગીએ. તે વિના તારો છુટકારો થશે જ નહીં. ચાલ ઝટ કર, નહીતર ક્યાંક વયા જશે તો આખી જિંદગી ભૂખ્યા રહેવું પડશે. ચાલ આપણે જલ્દી જઈએ.
હળી કાઢીને પૂગ્યો હોય એના ભાગ જોગે વળી હજી સંતો હતા. જીવ માતરની માં જેવા મુક્તાનંદ સ્વામી વડેરા સંત.
આવો ભાઈ, બેસો. બોલો, અમારું કઈ કામ પડ્યું હતું કે?
સ્વામીજી, મારે આપની માફી માંગવી છે.
માફી? તે વળી શાની?
વાત એમ છે સ્વામી કે 5 દાડા પહેલા નદીની પાળે મેં આપ સંતોને જમતા દીઠા, અને મારા શું પાપ ઉભરાયા કે મને અવળો ઘાટ થયો કે આપ જીવડા ખાવ છો. બસ ત્યારથી લઈને મારા પર દુઃખનો આપ ફાટ્યો છે.
અરે રે રે, શું થયું?
સ્વામી, હું ઘરે ગયો ને જ્યાં ભાણે જમવા બેઠો તે મને તો ભાણામાં નકરા ચીવડા દેખાય. આજે 5 દી થયા મોં હેઠે કોળિયો ઉતરતો નથી. હેરાન પરેશાન થયો છું સ્વામી, મારો ગુનો માફ કરો. મેં અવળો ઘાટ કર્યો ને હાથે કરીને દુઃખની ખાઈમાં પડ્યો. હવે આપ જ મને બચાવો મા બાપ, મને ક્ષમા કરો, મને ક્ષમા કરો.
હશે ભાઈ, સ્વસ્થ થાવ, સ્વસ્થ થાવ ભાઈ, સ્વસ્થ થાવ. અમારે તો એ બાબતે કાંઈ નથી, પણ તને એવો સંકલ્પ થવાથી એમ દેખાતું હોય તો હવે સાધુ જમવા બેસે ત્યારે એવો સંકલ્પ કરજે કે આ સાધુઓ અમૃત જમે છે, તેથી તને તે દેખાતું આળસી જશે.
મારો ગુનો માફ કરો.
આ લ્યો, સંતો જોડી માગીને આવી ગયા. સંતો, આ બાપડો દુખી છે, ચાલો આપણે જટ ગોળા વાળીને ઠાકોરજી જમાડી લઈએ. એને સંતોના જમતા દર્શન થશે તો એનું રૂડું થશે. ચાલો બાપા, ચાલો.
પછી તો બેઠો ને સંતોએ ભાઈ આજે પણ એમ જ જમવાનું શરૂ કર્યું અને બેઠો બેઠો આમ કર્યો. ઓહો હો હો, અમૃત 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 બોલવા જ માંડ્યો હો આજ તો.
ભાઈ જુઓ તો ખરા, આ સંતો કેવા દયાળુ છે, કેવા તપસ્વી છે. ભિક્ષાનું સર્વે ભોજન ભેળું કરી પાણીમાં ઝબોળી તેને રસકસ વિનાનું કરીને ગોળા વાળી ભગવાન સંભાળતા જમે છે. અહો, આ તો અમૃત જમે છે હો. ઓહો, કેવી દિવ્યતા! આ તો સાક્ષાત અમૃત ભોજન છે.
સ્વામી કે હા બાપા, બહુ સારું, જાઓ ભગવાનને અમે પ્રાર્થના કરશું, જમવા બેહો. ઘરે ગયો, આજ પ્રભુએ દયા કરી.
Did you guys see the video? Yash Bhagat, Tirth Bhagat? Did you understand? જીવડા જોયા તો જીવડા દેખાવા મળ્યા ભોજનમાં, અને પછી જ્યારે સારો ગુણ લીધો તો પછી બેક ટુ નોર્મલ થઈ ગયું. એટલે જેવું તમે જોશો એવું તમે થાશો. યસ. And the final last image of the charitra, one and all in one. આ વસ્તુ એવી છે, ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ actually did a leela in his time. I want to tell you about. Let's take a look at the next image. Now, in his time, one time there was this pankti going. Pankti means a row of santos sit together and they eat. And what happened was, Maharaj was seated. All the santos were seated in one line. There was these wooden bowls that we ate in. You've probably seen that. And there was like 50 santos, okay? And Maharaj decided, I want to serve the santos. So he gave out a little bit of prasad to each santos. Then he washed his hands and sit down. Now, 2 santos were left because they were in some seva. So they came running to Maharaj that, Maharaj, we want prasad from your hands too. Please give us. So Maharaj is like, I already washed my hands now. So what I want you to do is take a little bit from these santos and put it into your bowl, and your bowl will be filled. So one sant only took ladu. You know ladu? Only took a little bit of ladu, and his whole patra was filled with ladu. And another sant took a little bit of rotli, a little bit of shak, a little bit of ladu, a little bit of everything, and his bowl was filled with all these mixed items. And then from that charitra, Bhagwan Swaminarayan told a principle, and he said that one sant took one ladu item from everyone, so his bowl is filled with ladu. In the same way, if you only take one quality of someone, nothing else, you'll be only filled with that quality. Another sant took everything mixed. In the same way, if you learn to look at good qualities of others in different perspectives, like this person is very kind, this person does a lot of seva, this person is very humble, this person is very, has a lot of affection for santo, this person is doing a lot of sant samagam, things like that, then your heart will also be filled with those good qualities. So from that, Bhagwan Swaminarayan gave this charitra to us to explain to us that it's very important to take good qualities over bad qualities. And if you see the benefit, then going back to your question, Yash Bhagat, how can we better understand the good qualities of others instead of only looking at bad? Automatically, you would feel like looking at good over bad. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Swami.
Very well, good. I challenge you from a week to week basis when you come to Mandir to at least take 3 good qualities of someone before you leave the Mandir. I mean, you're there for 3-4 hours, so looking at 3 good qualities is very easy. It can be anything, but I challenge you to do that so your mind will slowly train to walk on that path. Okay, very good. Tirth Bhagat, just one, wake up, buddy. You good? How we doing? All right.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Just one. Are you? His eyes like that? Is it just me? Is it the video? A video chat? It's him. Okay. I'm checking technical difficulties here. I thought there were some video problems, but it's the eyes. Please ask away. Please ask. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? This isn't a phone call, okay, to India. We can't hello back and forth. Let's go. Come on, try to chop
Can I
chop.
get the question on the screen?
Yes, definitely. Go ahead.
My question was that I tend to remember Maharaj when times get bad, but then when things get better, I often forget about him. So how can I keep him on my mind 24/7?
Okay, good question. Number one, keeping him on your mind 24/7 is very difficult to do because you sleep 16 hours in the day. So let's forget about that. Just want to get clear. But remembering him more often, yes, you can do that. So I tend to remember Maharaj when when times get bad. Could you give me a couple of examples, please?
Say there's like a test you want to do really good on,
Sure.
but you haven't prepared that much.
Because of too oversleep.
Maybe.
Okay. I hit that on
So-
the head. I hit that on the head. Go ahead.
You start praying to Maharaj, like, Maharaj, please give me good grades.
Do you get good grades after that prayer?
Yeah,
Does it work every time?
not always.
Not always. So when it doesn't work, what do you do and how do you react?
I usually blame it on my effort and how much time I put in studying.
Good. Usually. What about the unusual part of that usually?
There's no unusual parts.
Okay. All right. Good. So you don't blame it on Bhagwan, right?
No.
Good. I like that. Very good. Okay. I tend to remember Maharaj when times get bad. Not only on exams, what else do you got besides his tests? There must be some other rough times. Maybe like, you wanted to sleep 16 hours and you only got 15 hours of sleep. That was a no. Anything besides the exam?
When family gets sick or if someone's hurt.
Interesting. Family meaning like regular viruses or like more?
Yeah.
Oh,
Regular.
then you start to pray. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I like that. So you pray for their betterment? Okay, that's good. But your question is very good. It's actually the first time someone has asked me this. This is a great question. I tend to remember Maharaj when times get bad. But when things get better, I often forget him. This is actually human nature. It's not only you. It's not only your fault. But everyone, suppose, let me give you some scenarios to kind of make this more easier. Suppose you're about to go to college, which you are, and you want to become a doctor, like most Indians. Could I ask you what you want to become?
I was going into computer science.
Computer science, as that was my second guess. And Yash Bhagat? Doctor.
Still in high school.
High school, okay. All right. But maybe like in future, like, are you going to graduate high school and maybe do college?
Engineer.
Engineer. That was my third guess. That was hitting it on the head today. Man, anyways, just like every typical Indian doctor, engineer, or IT, computer science, suppose we want to get into a really good college that has a really good program directly into it in a 6-year program. You're graduate, with very good, you can get a really nice job. And, things are going our way, and then all of a sudden you get rejected. Now, there's 2 ways you can look at that. I did puja for 12 years. I went to Mandir on Saturdays. I prayed to God. And yet, I get a rejection. And the second way, that's one way. Second way you can look at it is, Bhagwan wants to keep me closer to satsang. So I'm glad I got rejected, because that college was like very, very far away. I can stay close to satsang and family. I'm glad. It's better if I stay here, and maybe it's a program that's not that good, but at least it's good I keep and maintain my satsang. That's the second way you can look at it. So in that time, when you're in a critical situation, our prayers are always, please get me in, please get me in, please get me in. But we don't look at, or we can't see that there might be something negative in the future if we do go into that program. It's an example scenario. What you need to do with Tirth Bhagat is you also need to look at both sides and weigh them. So you won't only pray in bad times or remember Bhagwan in bad times. You'll also remember him in good times and think about all the things that he's done for you in the bad times. Human nature is very selfish and self-centered. I'm not calling you selfish or self-centered. I'm calling human nature selfish and self-centered. So they'll always be looking at some kind of benefit, in any way possible. But you also got to remember, Bhagwan is not a tool. You understand? We kind of use him and then put him away. Bhagwan is way smarter than that. Yeah, he might do a couple things that you like, or you want. But in the end, he's going to give a final decision and make it where it's like, Bhagat, you done well, but you also had a lot of selfish motives, so it's not going to cut it. Bhagwan also is a little strict. But, human nature, when bad happens, they tend to, pray to God. Let's take a look at a video about Apollo 13 and what they did. This was like 50 years ago, okay? And you'll understand. Let's take a look. Let's try to stay awake with me, okay?
On July 16th, 1969, Apollo 11 blasted off from Cape Kennedy for the first mission to send men to walk on the moon. Didn't President Richard Nixon call the nation to prayer?
Right. Oh, he definitely called for prayer. Matter of fact, he made a phone call from the White House to the moon, and he said this has got to be the most historic phone call that's been made from this office. And but then he tells the astronauts,
for one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly one. One in their pride in what you have done, and one in our prayers that you will return safely to earth.
Those prayers were answered. Then about a year later, on April 11th, 1970, Apollo 13 was launched. Before making it to the moon, the astronauts sent this iconic message.
Houston, we've had a problem.
An oxygen tank had exploded, severely damaging their craft. The astronauts had limited power. They lost cabin heat, and they were running low on water, which was used for equipment cooling and drinking. Dangerous levels of carbon dioxide were also building. There were people praying all over the world. Didn't the Pope pray, and weren't they interceding for our mission?
they have prayer at the Chicago Board of Trade, at the Vatican, at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, and President Nixon has a day of prayer in America for the astronauts.
It was clear that God's guidance and wisdom was with the astronauts. First, they jury-rigged the carbon dioxide removal system and jump-charged the command module batteries. Then they made manual burns to correct their course and send them towards Earth. On April 17, 1970, they entered the Earth's atmosphere and splashed down.
There's a video. See, when times came rough, everyone prayed together and they successfully came down. So prayer does work, but when was the prayer done? When times became tough. Yes, Tirth Bhagat, that pertains to your question. But saying that, let's take a look at an image when times get good. When you graduate right off the college, and get a 6-figure job, and then you get what you want. Yeah, nice house, a lot of money, that Lamborghini phone, and nice yachts, I guess. I don't know if yacht, but I think we can stick that on the side. But anyways, when we start to become more rich or more successful, as we title it, this is when God is most forgotten. Agree? This is your question exactly on the... Yes. The reason is because we tend to live in the world, so Bhagwan is kind of just like that X factor, that he's there, but he's not there. So we tend to use him as a tool, and we don't use him as that word use. That's not supposed to be there. We're supposed to worship him as a God instead of use him as a tool. That's what I'm trying to say. So the problem is Bhagwan doesn't give everything to everyone, because if he did, then automatically he would be forgotten. Bhagwan's goal is to get you out of this earth and get you to his Akshardham. But if he gave you too many luxuries, then you would never remember him and you would forget about him, just like most of the people in the world. And due to that, they're miserable. They have the most money, they have the best luxuries, as you can see here, houses, money, cars, technology, yet they're not happy internally, because only one thing, they don't have God or satsang in balance. If they did, they would be happier. So let's take a look at the final picture, and your answer is in this image. Offering bhakti. Method to receive Maharaj's murti is bhakti. Devotion to please God, Puja Guruji and Santo. Bhakti or devotion or your prayer, these are all in one line. Remembering Bhagwan can only be done if you see benefits of remembering Bhagwan. What kind of peace that you receive from getting money or getting something that you want, and what kind of peace do you receive when you come to Mandir? Maybe stand in front of Bhagwan for a little while, or just interact with Santos. If you compare those two, then you'll know Bhagwan is worth remembering, not only in bad times, but in good times, because he has done so much for me. He's given me this human body. He's given me good parents. He's given me shelter. He's given me clothes. He's given me everything that I have. Then why do I have to be selfish and only remember him during the bad? Why can't I remember him when everything is going my way, and understand that he is guiding me and he is making my path good? That's something to ask yourself. At the bottom, I offer devotion, but I do not receive happiness. Is there something wrong with what I'm doing? Yes, definitely. What is that? Well, your intention to please Maharaj is not clean. Tirth Bhagat. For example, Maharaj, I'll do 100 Maharaj every day for 6 months. Just give me a car. I'm a graduate now. I'm about to go to college. Just get me a car. Maharaj, I'll do 50 Danvats for 1 week if you get me an iPhone 16 Plus. Now, here's the thing. These are bargains with Bhagwan. You're not negotiating with him. Do you understand? We're not praying because we want something. We're praying because we're fortunate that he has given us a lot of things. Understand? Wanting something is different, and praying for appreciation is different. So finally, Tirth Bhagat, this is what it is. Your question is very good, but you also have to remember that Bhagwan is not a tool. Bhagwan is Bhagwan, and you have to learn to appreciate what he has given you. So during the positives, you'll also remember him. Oh, thank you, Bhagwan, for giving me a great family. Thank you, Bhagwan, for giving me food. Thank you, Bhagwan, for giving me shelter, clothes. Thank you, Bhagwan, for giving me satsang. Thank you, Bhagwan, for giving me Guruji, Santo, Bhakto. Those are the goods. Now, you have to look at that when you're living your life, having a great time, no problem. Right now, summer vacation, I'm sure you're enjoying. But also, I'm sure you're doing your puja and keeping Bhagwan with you. So Bhagwan looks at that. Bhagwan looks at, just like how you remembered me when you needed help on the test, you also remembered me when you were enjoying your summer vacation. And then he balances everything. That's how it works. Do you understand? Does that answer your question? Awesome. You guys are great Kishores. You have potential to be good role models. I challenge you, to look at good qualities in others. And I challenge you to remember Bhagwan in all your works. I pray for both of you Bhaktos that will happen and you keep excelling in satsang. And in the future, when you do go to college, no type of kusang, no type of bad company ever encounters you or you ever get influenced by them. So you keep staying on this path and staying positive. Thank you so much for joining. It was nice meeting both black and white colors. Jai Swaminarayan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.